So good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone, depending where you are, and welcome to day 4 of the Newcomers for Nuclear Summer School. Today, we turn our focus to one of the most human-centered applications of nuclear science, medicine. From diagnostics to treatment, nuclear technologies are saving lives every day, and yet they remain one of the least understood areas of the field. Our goal is to illuminate how radiation protection and nuclear medicine are not just technical disciplines, but essential tools for public health and well-being. We'll hear from experts who are bridging science and care and who are helping shape safer, more effective medical practices across the globe. As always, we encourage you to ask questions, share your insights, and connect with one another. This is a space for learning, but also for building the future together. So let's make another inspiring step in our journey to demystify nuclear science and empower the next generation of innovators. So for today, this is the agenda. How it looks like, we have two presenters from Morocco, Mrs. Salma Chabil. She will talk about radiation protection in the medical field, and also Mrs. Salma Bouwanan she will present nuclear medicine on PET and CT. And we have great two moderators, Mr. Abdelrahman Barakat from Egypt and also Morocco, representing both countries, and Dr. Malkouma Hassan from Burkina Faso, YGN. So let me just present quickly and briefly the two great moderators we have for today. First, I'll start with Mr. Abdelrahman. He's a distinguished member of the Egypt Young Generation in Nuclear, where he collaborates as a media and communication leads coordinator and senior student at the Nuclear and Radiation Engineering Department for the Faculty of Engineering at Alexandria University in Egypt. And we have Dr. Malkouma Hassan Madievo. He holds a PhD in Science and Technology from New Dawn University of Ouaga, Burkina Faso, and he holds a master's degree in environmental management and sustainable development from the same university, and in geographic, another master's in geographic from Joseph Kizarbo University in Ouaga. He's a specialist in quality, health, safety, environment, and social studies, and he works as a trainer on topics related to climate change, mitigation, and adaptation, and a lecturer at New Dawn University of Ouaga. Dr. Malkouma, he is a member of Burkina Faso Young Generation in Nuclear. So I really welcome all of you for panelists, I mean, two moderators and two great speakers for today. And I would like to transfer the microphone to Mr. Abdelrahman. Please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for this good speak, and hello everyone. I hope you are all doing well, and welcome to the first session of the fourth day of Newcomers for a Nuclear Summer School 2025, cooperating with Women in Nuclear and Women in Nuclear Innovation Group of Expertise. And today we're gonna discuss one of the most interesting topics, radiation protection and in the medical field, presented by Salma Chabil from Morocco, a master's degree student specializing in radiation protection. So I encourage everyone to pay close attention, and if you have any questions during the sessions, please feel free to send that in the question box. And with that, let's begin with Salma.
Thank you, Abdurrahman. So I'm going to share my presentation right now.
Okay, great.
You can see my screen?
Yes, sure. Everything is clear.
Okay, so hello everyone. I hope that you are all doing well. So today's meeting is going to be about radiation protection in the disease. Guard health and ensure the safe practice. It's so important to apply and respect a lot of radiation protection strategies. As a table of content, we can see at first ionizing radiation used in medical field and the biological effects on the human body, especially for the patient and the healthcare. After we're gonna see the principles of radiation protection and their measures. After that, we're gonna see regulatory framework and standards and the radiation protection education and the training. After that, we're gonna conclude. We're gonna start we're gonna start with the type of ionizer radiation which are used in medicine. We have a lot of types of technologies used in medicine, such as X-rays, which are widely employed in radiography, CT scans, as we said, and fluoroscopy. It makes us to scan and visualize the internal structure, such as bones, organs, and blood vessels, as we see in this picture. And after that, we have gamma rays used in nuclear medicine and for certain types of cancer treatments like thyroid. Then we have the electron beams and proton therapy. They are used especially to treat the superficial tumors, as we see in this picture here. And radioisotope, it's used in diagnostic, imaging, and functional studies of organs. For example, we have PET scan. Now we're gonna see the biological effects of ionizing radiation. So while the ionizing radiation it's beneficial in medicine, but it can also cause a lot of damage. For example, for patients, the exposure to those ionizing radiation can lead to tissue damage and develop a cancer, as we see in this first picture. It can cause also a skin burns, as we see in the second one, or increase a long-term risk of cancer, especially with repeated or high-dose procedures. For healthcare professionals, the chronic exposure, even at low doses, can result in cumulative effects such as DNA damage, increased cancer risk, and other occupational health cancers. So to protect our bodies, we have to respect some principles and measures, which we're gonna see now. We have three principles of radiation protection in medicine. They are adopted by ECPR. The first principle is justification. It's required that any medical procedures involving exposure to ionizing radiation must be justified when the benefit is gonna be greater than the risks. The second one is the optimization, where we're gonna apply principle ALARA. It's as low as reasonably achievable, which means we have to use the low dose possible for patients to achieve our medical outcome. And the third and the last principle, it's limitation. It's not for patients because we cannot set a limit for patients. It's for public and workers. This table, it shows us the limit dose which we can't pass. So for exposed workers, we have two types. The category A, which is the directly exposed workers. They don't have to pass 20 millisieverts in their whole body per year. For the second category, B, which are the indirectly exposed workers, they don't have to pass in the whole body 6 millisievert per year. And for public, they don't have to pass 1 millisievert per year. So the clinical staff, it must follow the safety procedures and use protective equipment to they must use. We have a lead apron, it protects the thorax. We have thyroid collars, it protects the thyroid. It's the most sensitively organ to ionizing radiation. We have lead gloves, lead glasses, mobile lead shield, and we have radiation dosimeter. We have two. We have the passive one and the active one. The active one, it shows the absorbed dose in the real time, and the second one, which is the passive one, it shows the absorbed dose after we send it to the lab for analysis. We have three keys to measures for radiation protection. We have time. We need to reduce the time around radiation source directly reduces exposure, and we have the distance. We have to increase the distance between us and the source. And the last one, we have to put a shielding or placing a shielding between us and the source to minimize the risks to exposure to those ionizing radiation. Now we're going to talk about the regulatory framework and standards. We have international guidelines such as IUA, ECPR, and WHO set global standards for safe use of ionizing radiation in medicine, especially the last one, which is WHO. After that, we have national regulation. Each country its own laws based on the international recommendation. For oversight bodies, regulatory agencies inspect medical facilities, issue license and measure compliance with radiation protection rules. For Morocco, we have AMSNOR as oversight bodies. It works on collaboration with CNESTEN. And also we have, for sure, to do continuous updates because the standards involved with scientific progress to improve safety for patient and healthcare workers and also for the environment. Now we're gonna talk about radiation protection, education and training. Education and training in radiation protection are vital to ensure the safety of professionals which are working with or around the source, radiation sources. By studying a lot of topics such as biological effect, the principle of radiation protection, all the things that we already see. So to conclude, in the medical practice, the use of ionizing radiation offers powerful diagnostic and therapeutic benefits, but it also carries a lot of risks. So we have to educate and have a lot of training for a strong safety culture and staying informed for we safeguard lives while advancing medical excellence. Thank you so much for your time and for attention. So if any one of you have questions. I can't hear you, Mr. Abdurrahman.
Sorry. Thank you for this invaluable talk. And if anyone who has any question, please send it in the Q&A box and I'll read it out. So we have the first question. What are some key measures used in radiation protection for medical staff working with ionizing radiation in hospitals, such as during fluoroscopy or CT scans?
Some equipment?
Yes, such as during fluoroscopy or CT scan. Key measures.
We have lead aprons. We use lead aprons. and the tiered colors. That's it. That's what we use.
Okay, thank you, Nagwa, for the question. The next question is from Tamer. Hello, I would like to know which types of dosimetries are used in medical clinics and how often they are calibrated. That's the first part of the question. Types of dosimetries
As
are used.
Okay, we have two types of dosimeter. As I said, we have the passive one and the active one. The clinical staff, all the clinical staff, they must hold the passive one in their blues. You know what I mean? Yeah, and we have the second one, which
I
is
understand, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have the second one. It's the active one. We hold it too, and it shows us the absorbed dose of our body in the real time.
Okay, great. The second part of the questions is have you ever encountered a case of clinical dose over exposure? Have you ever encountered have you ever encountered a case of clinical dose overexposure?
No.
Mm-hmm. And what measures did you take in such a situation? If so, it's no.
Which type of dose we calculate? That's the meaning of the answer?
Yes, he asked about what measures did you take in such a situation of overexposure?
Okay, we have to calculate the absorbed dose. We have it from the dosimeter. Also, we calculate the equivalent dose, which I talked about when I showed the table of the limit dose that we don't have to pass.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Tamer, for the question. And the next question from Aisha, I hope to spell it right. Sorry. How length of the eye dose is measured? The length of the eye.
We have a special dosimeter for this.
Okay. Okay, there are any more questions?
Not at the moment, but I would like to ask something to Salma if it's possible. What are the current challenges you consider, not only in your country, but maybe across the African region to develop in the medical sector in terms of infrastructure or certain equipment that needs to be deployed, maybe for the coming years? Because we know that there are current efforts, but maybe what is your perspective for the coming years? Thanks.
So the answer is what is the other type of equipment that they have to be in the clinics?
Yes, in general. I mean, from the equipment that you currently work at, I know that you may detect a lot of challenges, either for instruments, dosimeters, and so on, that may not be available, or some other challenges that you see in the process, maybe supply chain and so on. Maybe what are your perspectives for keep developing the infrastructure of the medical system in nuclear applications?
So I hope that I understand your question, but I see all those equipments are so important to be in the clinic and be used, because I work in some clinics that the exposed workers doesn't respect the limits, doesn't respect a lot of strategies and the procedures. That's why the education and training of radiation protection is so important, because they don't know the harm of those ionizing radiation very well. Okay, so that's we have to program a lot of education sessions for exposed workers before they work in their in the clinics in general.
It's a big challenge, so it will be better, for example, sometimes when they do, let's say 3-4 weeks training course before going to the ionizing area of radiation, but maybe to train their minds and in the protocol, just to follow up.
Yes.
Okay, great. Congratulations for the great work there, and I'm sure sometimes there are a lot of cultural things and many other challenges there, but thank you very much for sharing your perspectives.
If there's any questions sharing from the audience, where is the question?
I think we don't have, but we have a guest. Is Nurul Fatia from Indonesia, and it's currently working at the electron beam facility. Maybe I don't know if you'd like to share your comments about it, Nurul, if it's possible for you, or exchange some experience there. If it's possible. It's midnight in Indonesia, so it's making it a great effort to join us there. Over to you, Abdel Rahman, please.
Okay, thank you, Salma, for this invaluable presentation. Wishing you continued success in your professional career, and thank you for everyone who sharing questions. And I hope to meet more and more in upcoming sessions. Thank you. And for me, actually, thank you for this opportunity to be a part of this experiencing.
Thank you for you all. Thank you for you, Mr. Abdulrahman.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to both of you, and please let's give the floor to Dr. Malcoma. Please, the floor is yours, Dr. Malcoma.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Florencia. Thank you, everybody. I think we are very fine now. Thank you, all organizers. You hear me?
Yes, we hear you well.
Okay. I want just to thank Florencia and all organizers for this opportunity. I'm happy to participate in this session as a moderator. Before beginning, I want just to remind one expression that is using in the introduction of our program. It says nuclear isn't just about the bomb, atomic bomb. I think this expression is powerful for our session. The topic of this session is nuclear medicine on a PET-CT as a position emission tomography. Our speaker is Salman Bwaran. I think I pronounced well your name. Salman Bwaran holds a master's degree in radiation protection and is an engineer specializing in this field, graduating from Mohammed V University in Rabat. She currently serves as a sales manager at Gamma Radio Tech, leveraging her technical expertise and strategic vision to develop tailored solutions for the industry, committed to promote women in the nuclear sector. She is also an active member of WiNI Morocco. Now, Mrs. Salman, I think you are ready. If you can share your presentation.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hassan. Thank you very much. I will share my presentation now. I hope you can see my presentation. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we do see it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So let's start. So as my friend said, today I will attack the subject of PET-CT, positron emission tomography, combined with the CT scan. Yeah. We will see his principles, his clinical applications, and his best practice. So the goal of this presentation is to present to you the essential of PET-CT. It's physical principles, common radiotracers, and major clinical indications. By the end of this presentation, we'll be able to identify when to use PET-CT and apply sample quality and safety measures. So for the table of contents, we have, first of all, the overview of nuclear medicine, and we have to answer the question, what is PET-CT? And we have to know his clinical workflow, his main indications, radiation protection in nuclear medicine as my field, and we will finish with conclusion. So now let's start with overview of nuclear medicine. So the nuclear medicine is a medical specialty that uses radioactive substances called radiopharmaceutical for the diagnostics and treatment of diseases, unlike conventional imaging techniques such as X-rays or MRI. Nuclear medicine provides not only anatomical images, but also, functional images, revealing the functioning and metabolism of organs in real time. So now we have to answer the question, what is PET-CT? So the PET-CT is a medical imaging technique that combines positron emission tomography, PET, which shows how organs and tissues are functioning, with computed tomography, CT scan, which provides detailed anatomical images. This combination allows doctors to detect diseases like cancer early, plan treatments more efficiently, and monitor how well therapies are working. So for the clinical workflow, we have, first of all, the key radiotracers. The first step of PET-CT is to know the radiotracers used for. The most commonly used tracers in tracer intensity scan is FDG, a radioactive glucose analog that highlights areas of high metabolic activity, such as cancer cells. And another important tracer is PSMA, which is a specialty used for detecting occurrence of prostate cancers, the cancer it's coming again after the treatment. So for the next step, it's the acquisition. So the PET, the preparation and administration of FDG for PET scans depends mainly on the patient's weight. So the weight of patients is calculated to know the dose of FDG for such patients, with the injected dose typically ranging from 3 to 5 megabecquerel per kilogram to balance image quality and radiation exposure. Patients must fast for at least 4 hours before the injection to low blood glucose levels, because the FDG is searching for the glucose level in the blood, and maximize stressors uptake by targeted tissues. Proper hydration is also recommended prior to injection. After FDG injection, with a half-life of 110 minutes, 110 minutes, the patients rest quickly for about 13 to 16 minutes to allow the tracer to distribute and accumulate in tissues with high metabolic activity. Physical activity or talking should be minimized during this uptake phase to avoid non-specific tracer uptake. For the acquisition and imaging procedure in FDG with PET-CT, after the FDG uptake phase, the patient is asked to empty their bladder to reduce the interference from radioactive urine during the imaging. The acquisition phase then begins, lasting between 20 to 30 minutes. It starts with a CT scan to provide anatomical reference and attenuation correction for the PET images. This is followed by the PET acquisition, which detected this distribution of the radioactive tracer within the body. Throughout the imaging process, a patient must remain still to avoid motion artifacts that could affect image quality. The combined PET-CT images gives both functional and anatomical information, essential for accurate diagnostic and treatment planning, because the PET gives us the functional image, and the CT give us the anatomical information. So the combined with these two technology gives us a hybrid imaging. That's called hybrid imaging. The hybrid imaging, the PET-CT scans produce a hybrid imaging that combines detailed anatomical information with the CT scan with functional metabolic data from the PET-CT scan. This fused image allows clinicals to visualize both the structure and the metabolic activity of organs and tissues simultaneously. This provides a comprehensive view essential to accurate diagnostic, precise localization of abnormalities and effective treatment. In the image, we can see the image that provide the PET, only the PET here, only the PET. This image is provided with the CT scan, and we can see the hybrid image. We can see that the organ is highlighting. The highlights organ is which there is the localization of cancer. Okay, that we can provide here. We can provide cancer early. Okay, and we will see that. So the main indications of PET-CT, first of all, is the cancer detection and diagnostic. As I said, we can identify the cancer early. We can identify the cancer early of tumors often before they become visible in another imaging method. For example, in CT, we can see that we have a cancer, but with combined PET-CT, we can see that we have a cancer. Okay, so the PET-CT identify early the tumor before any other imaging method. For the tumor staging, precise research for local spread and distance metastasis. So he gives us the details about the tumors or about the cancer. And we have also treatment monitoring, assessment of treatment effectiveness, such as chemotherapy, radiotherapy, or immunotherapy. Also, we have the recurrence detection. The recurrence detection, as I said, this is a cancer that we have treated the cancer and he's come again. So the recurrence detection, the PET-CT is also a recurrence detection. It detects early the identification of tumors relapse after treatment. Also, we have the neurological disorders. The PET-CT diagnostic also and evaluate the disease that such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and epilepsy. We have also the cardiovascular diseases. So analysis of myocardial ischemia So we have to know the radiation protection in nuclear medicine. This it's done by key principles, justification, optimization, and those limitations. For the justification, ensures any use of radiation in medically necessary, balancing benefits and risk. So the benefits we have to have the benefits higher than the risks. Also, we have the optimization follows the ALARA principle as low as reasonably achievable, minimizing the exposure by reducing time near sources, increasing the distance, and using the shielding. Those we have also those limitations. Those limitations guarantee the exposure stay within regularity safety limits. Together, these principles protect patients, staffs, and the environment by enforcing safe handling of radioactive materials, strict protocols, continuous training, and regularity compliance. PET scan is a powerful diagnostic tool that combines anatomical and metabolic information to improve disease detection. Taking the treatment monitoring, especially in oncology, cardiology, and neurology, beyond the widespread clinical use, the innovation such as integrated PET with MRI and next generation of PET-CT scanners are publishing the boundaries of medical imaging. These new technologies offer higher sensitivity, faster acquisition time, lower radiation dose, and improved tissues characterization. And that's why, and we want that. Okay, that we want that. So the development of nuclear medicine is in the best way. So thank you for your attention, and if you have any question, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Boran, for your excellent presentation. Now we will go to see in the chat if the participants have any question for you. But after that, I have one question for you.
Okay.
You talk about advantages of this new technology. Now, I want just to know the inconvenience or drawbacks of these technologies.
Please, can you repeat your question? Can you repeat your question, please?
I said that you told about the advantages of this new technology. Now, I want just to know the inconvenience or the drawbacks of this new technology, because it's human body. Can you talk about disadvantages or inconvenience of these new technologies? You hear me?
So yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
I can see you want to know the challenges of PET-CT, isn't it? The limits of PET-CT.
Okay. Okay, let me see in the chat. The first question is from Asha. PTC is like MRI.
What? No.
PTC.
The PET-CT is not like MRI. No, the MRI didn't use the radio tracers. Okay, MRI doesn't use the radio tracers.
Okay. The second question is from Aisha Khan. I think I pronounced now the names. Why there is not electron emission tomography like PTC, PETs?
Yeah, there is an electron emission. The electron emission comes from the patient, okay? Because the FDG emits the FDG gives us emission of beta plus, okay? So the emission of positron. So the passion is the source. For us, for PET-CT, the passion is the source.
Okay. You have another question from Juliana. Hello, Salman. Let me see. Hello, Salman. You mentioned interference from radioactive urine. How can urine be radioactive, and how can that be an interference?
Okay. When we drink a lot of water, okay, we have the bladder the bladder comes highlighting, okay, and this highlight of bladder gives us the highlighting of bladder gives us a noise.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The next question, I think.
Do you hear me? Okay. And
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
You want to sell Evafui?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
The next question is from Florencia. What kind of shielding do you use? You hear me?
Oh, for shielding, we have to use we have to use the great shielding ever, because the FDG had a very big energy. Okay, so we have to use the we have to use we have hello.
Yeah, I understand. I hear you.
Okay, we have to use the lead in the walls. We have to use the lead after injection. During injection patients, we have to use later walls, a movable laser walls to during the preparation of FDG. We have to use also the lead bronze, the lead gloves, the thyroid colors, the mobile lead shields, all this because the FDG is had a very big energy. It's like iode. It's like the iode.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I have another question for you. It is simply question. You talk about this new technology. I want just to know if you have a suggestion for accessibility of this new technology, because we know that we have a people or a country, we have a capacity, a financial capacity to access this new technology. I don't know if answers.
Okay, the PET MRI. You talk about the PET MRI. For the PET MRI, I will talk here in Morocco. For Morocco, there is no PET MRI now, but in the new hospital Ibn Sina, there is gonna be a one. Okay, the first one, the PET MRI. First of all, gives a low dose and gives more details of the diseases, gives more details of cancer, also identify early the cancer more than PET-CT. Okay, then early with 1 year before the PET-CT. It's very in development, a very big development.
Okay, thank you for your brilliant answers. I think the time is end. In the chat, I haven't any question again. I think the time of this session is closing now. I will handing time to organizers. Mrs. Florencia, you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Thank you very much, Dr. Hassan. I think we have a few minutes to finalize the questions. I see some questions from Ayesha Han.
Okay.
She's asking,
yes.
how do you minimize radiation exposure and contamination during patients Mike Turtein. Maybe I'm wrong. Maturation. Yes.
How many
Yes. Maturation.
Okay, if he means that the radiation exposure for the patient, we can't do that because the patient is the source. Okay, if I understand the question correctly.
Okay. We have an interesting question here. I think, Florence, you can give me the time to ask this question.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
From Najwa Ghazali. Can a pregnant woman perform her job normally in the field of radiation, or should she stop working?
No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not, because the baby is one of the public. Okay, so of course not.
Okay. Okay, Florencia.
Just a quick experience from a colleague, from another colleague. She's a safeguards inspector at the IEA, and while she was doing the breastfeeding, she has to stop going to safeguards inspection facilities. So it needs some time, even during the pregnancy time and even afterwards, because the most important thing is to protect the baby and to protect the mother and the environment of that radiation exposure level. So it's important to know for the people who works at the medical facility or either a nuclear facility where you are exposed to a certain level of radiation, to remain with those principles to keep yourself, well, for the mothers, the baby, and people who are around you healthy and safe.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thank you, Florencia. I think I end my time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your support. And I think before we have asking Soke Malaka, I think you raised your hand before we started with Salma Bowanan presentation. Maybe you may have some comments or thoughts to share. Please, the floor is yours. If you are still with us.
No.
No, not yet. Well, in the meantime, let me just share something from our colleague from Indonesia, Nurul. It's saying our electron beam facility is supposed for sterilization services. However, we also have X-ray production team, and for all of the really dependent to the radiation safety officer to make sure that everything works safely and following the safety procedures. Yes, for the managers and also for the main coordinators of the radiation safety officers. I mean, it's important to protect the team and all the people around them. Oh, asking is telling us there's no questions. Well, if anyone from the audience just to get some questions or comments, please feel free to let us know.
You have, please, you have another commenter.
Oh, we have the comment from Ajisha. This is a comment, not a question.
No question. Rapidly,
please.
Dividing cells are not okay. Rapidly, dividing cells are most radiosensitive. So pregnant women should stop going to radiation environment. Okay,
Definitely.
It's good.
This is good. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. If there are no further questions or comments, I think we'll be ending up today's session a little bit early than we expected. We made it on time, and we really apologize for the previous sessions that we took a little bit of your minutes from your original activities. So thank you all for another inspiring day at the summer school. Today's discussion reminded us of the profound impact of nuclear science has on human health and well-being. From radiation protection to advanced medical applications, we've seen how innovation in this field is not only technical, It's deeply personal and transformative. Let's carry today's insights forward with purpose and curiosity, and we look forward to see you tomorrow as we continue exploring the many dimensions of nuclear science. Until then, stay engaged, stay inspired, and thank you for being part of this journey. So thank you all for today, to the great moderators, speakers, and for your entire support and engagement towards the program. And thank you very much. Let's see tomorrow each other. And please, if you have any other questions, we have the WhatsApp group. We also have email. Feel free to engage in those platforms. Also, the WhatsApp group remains open for everyone where you would like to share coming events or opportunities for the community. See it as a networking platform in a different way. So thank you all.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Lancina, please, do you want to say something before we close?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's okay. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a very good rest of your day, depending where you are.